David, looking good, man.
Thanks, man.
Good.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
I like that shirt, David. It's not new, but it's there. And this is Mad Men Sports. Zach, Diamond Dave. Diamond Dave's in the building.
Yo, with new headphones.
Dave, look at you go.
A gift from Jake.
It's like his radio.
We're bringing you into
It's a gift, right?
Yeah, we're bringing you in the 21st
He's a disc
century
jockey
here.
now.
They're not going to make it the whole podcast, I'll guarantee that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm the only one that really needs them, but that's fine. I'm glad you have them. I don't feel out of the loop now. But, guys, NFL football, less than 2 weeks away at this point.
We're right on the cusp.
13 days, 12 when you see this tomorrow.
Or it's going to be keep getting closer if you keep on waiting to watch. Watch it now.
Or you just watch it every single day up until
Wow,
the season.
12,
We're not that
11,
good.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
We're all in better moods tonight, though. We're all lively and up and at 'em because football is 2 weeks away.
And it's important. I mean, training camp is kind of hitting that tail end. We're going to be seeing some cuts happen.
Training camp's technically over today.
Media
That's
is
true.
no longer allowed to watch.
Chris Brown wasn't allowed to watch.
Yeah, Chris Brown got a slap on the wrist. He talked about being a left or who was starting at the left end position for the Bills, and the Bills turned around and suspended him for the remainder of training camp. He was back today, though.
Have I told you I had lunch with Chris Brown?
No.
Like one-on-one?
I'm bigger than him. He's a small dude.
He looks like a tiny dude. That's
Absolutely. He's been around the team for at least 15 years, to my recollection at this point.
fine. As long as I can remember.
Speaking of being around the Bills but no longer, Stephen Hauschka got cut. We know that now. We know why. We had Tyler Bass get drafted in the 6th round. I love the pick. We
I
talk
had lunch
about
with Hauschka, too.
We don't care. We had lunch with Hauschka. And then Tyler Bass, we talked about that with Sal Capaccio. Sal was guaranteeing the fact that he was going to be the starter. I was guaranteeing it. Jake was guaranteeing it. Dave was still a Hauschka truther, and he still is today. He thinks he'll be coming back right after cut day on a lower salary.
I'll have lunch with you again when you're ready.
It came on a very windy scrimmage in the Bills Stadium. I don't know what they're calling it now, but
The Bills Stadium.
You nailed it on the head, Jake.
So basically, the day he was cut, they had, of course, their actual scrimmage, dressed in pads, did it in the stadium.
Outperformed.
He didn't miss a kick. Or he missed one from like 50 plus.
Yeah, but that and those wins.
Hauschka missed a extra point, so that's not good.
Listen, like we said with Sal, Stephen Hauschka has never been the same since Henry Anderson cheap shotted him in that Jets game 2.5 years ago.
Definitely.
By the way, I never commented on the. I wasn't here for the sale report. I listened to it. Nice work, both of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Thanks again, Sale, for coming on. We appreciate that.
He's not listening.
He is. He says he does every week.
Every week.
He says that's where he gets his content from. So, you know what? Shout out to him for coming to us for content. We go to him for content, we thought, but he was just regurgitating it.
We'll leave it at that then.
Definitely.
And then even that, on top of Sal, we asked him that tricky question that he didn't really love too much. He was like, oh, I can't imagine it's coming up soon. Literally the next day, Sean McDermott gets a 3-year extension.
We called it, man.
Tastemakers once again.
I'm going to say it here, and I'm going to continue to say it. Mad Men Sports, if you don't follow us on Twitter
or Instagram,
just do yourself a favor and do it. We are
we say it
tastemakers.
first. We say it first. Everyone else regurgitates it. They have a bigger following because you guys aren't following us.
I need to get a Twitter.
No, you don't.
There's a lot. It's a cesspool.
Yeah.
And stop saying regurgitate. You said it like 5 times. You're making me sick.
You're going to make me regurgitate if you keep talking to me like that.
Damn. I have a button for it somewhere, but whatever.
It's this one.
It's not.
There you go.
It's not that. It's just the intro.
Oh, hey.
Whatever.
So, Jake, what's your biggest takeaway from training camp so far?
I don't think it's any surprise. Gabriel Davis is lighting everyone on fire, basically. He's going off. Arson's his middle name. I just see him as a young player drafted in the later rounds of the draft. I mean, such a deep wide receiver class at that. You're still going to find hidden gems or diamonds, in Dave's case, in the draft. And I think we found one. He's a stud. He's made plays over Trey White. I mean, he's an all-star. So I don't expect anything different from Gabriel Davis in the next couple of years, and hopefully he's not going to be another Zay Jones.
Yeah, you could go back to our draft recap, and I hate to pat myself on the back again, but I said it was the best pick of the draft, and I honestly stick by it, and apparently it's definitely been the best pick of the draft. I know AJ's having a little hard time acclimating to the speed of the game, and Gabe Davis is just the guy you're hearing about. Obviously, Isaiah Hodgins has also had a great camp. Apparently, they have an eye for wide receiver talent. They didn't in 2018, but now they do, and that's what matters. But this is a big year for Josh Allen. It's probably, in my eyes, the year for Josh Allen. They have all the talent around him in the world. Let's see how it rolls. Let's see how it goes. I'm a big fan of Gabe Davis. I would say my biggest surprise out of training camp so far is that there hasn't been... I mean, I guess we could have saw the kicker coming, so I won't really classify that as a surprise or a big name. Like one of the two guys that we would say, like Pat DeMarco or Trent Murphy or even Lee Smith. I'm surprised one of those guys are still on the team, like in some capacity. I would have thought they would have been phased out by now. You know what I'm saying? I guess I would have thought that there would have been a bigger wave sent through camp by now than Steven Hauschka, which we saw coming.
Definitely. David?
My biggest surprise so far is and I haven't been there, and I've only
We wish.
read what I can read. Is how good the defensive line looks. I heard the defensive line looks scary.
I've only read what I can read.
Yeah, I mean,
Make it a soundbite.
You have Mario Edison, you have Quentin Jefferson, you have Jerry Hughes returning.
I heard Jerry Hughes looks like a young 25 again.
Good.
Mario Addison is owning the starting position, I hear. And the Star issue, when he opted out, thought there was going to be a gap there. I didn't. I don't like Star. But everyone thought there was going to be a gap there, and I guess that's just being filled by everyone on the defensive line. I heard the defensive line just looks phenomenal right now.
I mean, it's going to be a really big year for Harrison Phillips. I mean, he's coming back off that knee injury. It's going to be important for him to step in, rotate when necessary, and for him to go to work. I mean, we kind of had high hopes for Harrison Phillips before that injury, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. The later half of this rookie year, you kind of saw him kind of come into his own a little bit. Struggled for the first half of his rookie year, but... You don't agree?
No, I think that this is everything for him right here. This is Harrison Phillips' next step. Look, it sucks. He was a monster at the beginning of the year last season. Seeing him go down in that Bengals game was tough. It was a tough blow. I think Ed Oliver was able to grow because of it. So now we get Harrison Phillips and Ed Oliver right in the middle. Man, we got a monster right there. Plus throw in Vernon Butler. Throw in whoever you want.
Quentin Jefferson. I don't think Harrison Phillips actually starts. I think Quentin Jefferson
And I don't think he's expected to, but he's certainly expected.
No, he's a rotator guy.
To rotate.
But all of them are rotating guys. I mean, that's the key to the NFL nowadays. You want to pressure the quarterback, you rotate 4 or 5 guys into the defensive line constantly. You get that rotation, and that's what it is. And I was listening to a podcast the other day. Michael Strahan was talking, and they were bringing up the fact that, how everyone says, oh, the way to stop Brady is to get him on his back, and that's just easier to say, and then he was saying, it's obviously easier said than done. But he said the way that they were able to do it is they were just rotating through. Even back then. I mean, that was 2007 when they almost went undefeated. Listen, they just rotate through. And now he was saying that, like, listen, you could have all the stud defensive ends you want. You can have a stud Aaron Darnold. At the end of the day, you need depth. You need to have guys, second and third guys that would be starting on other rosters to be in your rotation in order to work in there, to get the pressure consistently, to maintain a solid pass rush. Because, listen, I mean, they pass the ball, 48% of the time now. This isn't your father's NFL, So the bottom line is you got to keep going. You got to keep rotating in. That's kind of what Sean McDermott has been doing since the beginning, and that's kind of why we've been able to see guys like Jordan Phillips kind of grow into his own. And then, we see Jerry Hughes maintaining success because he's playing, almost 45% less snaps than he was before. So we're getting to see a little bit more. We saw Lorenzo Alexander stick on a little bit longer because he was able to rotate it through the defense, So I think that's a key.
Definitely.
Well, piggybacking on what you're saying, because I have something to add to that, is what we were lacking last year on the defense was a pass rush. So just imagine how good our defensive backfield will be with a pass rush this year. And it'll help Edmonds and Milano and whoever the hell starts at the other linebacker position.
Yeah. Speaking of the secondary, go ahead, Dave.
There it is. That was
Speaking of the secondary, I mean,
Josh Norman's
big
hurt.
Loss
or no?
Leg injury. I mean,
no,
Levi
you're just going to get exactly what you got last year then. That's what all it is.
Levi Wallace, Taron Johnson's playing very well.
I've heard he's been a stud.
Definitely has answered the kind of injury questions that followed him.
Injury. Iron sharpens iron, so Trey White's going to be better after playing against Diggs every day.
Yeah,
And Gabe Davis, apparently.
definitely
Stud
see
Gabe.
them going to battle every day, and it's fantastic to see for what little we do see, of course.
Yeah, I think Levi Wallace is pretty much the focus now. Josh Norman, he's out for whatever time he's out for.
Indefinitely.
But those injuries linger. I think it's a hamstring.
Hamstring's
Definitely
yeah,
linger,
hamstring.
especially at his age. I'm older than him. So
It would have been fun to see him back in the system, kind of silence the doubters. I mean, obviously didn't play well in Washington, but obviously had his
Levi
career
Wallace
years.
played well last year.
No, yeah, definitely.
I feel good at that.
He
position.
won us the Pittsburgh game with that interception. I mean, Levi Wallace was a stud last year at points.
Definitely.
Was it a position that needed to be upgraded? I don't
This is things that
disagree.
happened 2 weeks ago. We really got to talk on this stuff more.
Well, we're here, and we're
He's
not
still
going
out.
away.
It's not like he's not out. Speaking of 2 weeks ago, Deion Dawkins signed his extension, for crying out loud. We're going back to weekly. I know we always say it. We're doing it.
I had lunch with him too.
Wow.
You were there while they were eating
That was
lunch, David.
super nice of someone to organize that for you for your big day.
He fist bumped me.
Yeah, wow. He said, good luck, champ. It'll get better soon.
Now
That's
we
what
just
he
want to
said.
take a moment to say, donate to your local Make-A-Wish.
It wasn't a make a wish.
Yeah, you're making it out to be.
That's not what they told you. It's all right, Dave.
Yeah,
just
congratulations,
putting the pieces
Deion Dawkins,
together
for your
now.
contract. Who's
He's so fucked.
just who do you guys think's the next one to get a
I
contract?
did get balloons.
They took me to Disney.
I think it's Matt Milano. I think he gets the Hauschka money.
Oh shit.
I think he deserves a little more than Hauschka money. What is that, like $4 million?
No, but he gets the raise of that.
See, I think it's Brandon Bean. I think not only it will be him, I think he deserves to be him. I think he's the best GM in the league. He made a trade today for got a depth linebacker, Andre Smith from Carolina, of course,
Another Carolina
for
player.
close to nothing.
A conditional 2023 seventh round
Which
pick.
We'll probably be dead by then. Who cares?
Don't say that, David. You're going to
Hey.
make it through.
Yeah, dude, listen. We'll get you another lunch with the Bills. Don't worry.
We'll
bud.
call Deion Dawkins again.
The lunches with the Bills are done. I don't work for that company anymore. But
They don't work
was
for
fun.
you.
They said no more, buddy.
You've met them
Hey, you're
6
getting better. They
times.
said you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
This is bad to joke about, but
yeah, that's why I keep trying to change
the time
topic.
we're living in.
You guys are just hammering it away.
You brought it up, man.
I brought the lunch thing up. You guys brought the
6
Make-A-Wish thing.
times.
Like John Cena's gonna pop out and give me balloons
Yo.
and grant me a wish.
is he coming?
Who told him? Who told Dave? John.
So surprises for training camp. What do you guys got? Or surprise cuts.
There we go. I was going to say surprises. Surprised no one's gotten COVID.
Yeah,
I'm genuinely surprised by that.
there was a little scare. Some
yeah,
false
the
negative,
false negative test that was 10 days
false
ago.
positives, rather. Yeah.
Yeah, false positive.
I think, I don't even know. I mean, it seems very simple to me, but I think a lot of Bills fans kind of love him. Isaiah McKenzie, I think he's gone. The Bills have been known to keep 6 wide receivers, and I don't think he makes the cut. I mean, I saw on Twitter today, I sent it to you. This person was like, who's going to do those jet sweeps? And if the only reason why we're keeping Isaiah McKenzie so he can do maybe a jet sweep
Which
once every 3
Stephon
weeks.
Diggs does at least 6 or 7 a year
Well,
based on his
the
consistency.
fifth and sixth receiver position always comes down to special teams. McKenzie can play special teams.
But so can this Andre
Duke
Smith
Williams
guy.
can't. Andre Smith, Andre Roberts is a guarantee to make the team.
He's a lot.
Yeah,
he's
but
a
Andre
guarantee to make
Smith
the team.
got traded today to play special teams. He's a special team specialist for Carolina.
Well, we're talking receivers. Right?
Exactly, but he takes up a special team spot, and you can't have him
Well, I think
and
McKenzie-
Mankovich.
I do see McKenzie staying on the team because I think he's a weapon. that
He
can-
fumbled a punt last year.
You found one of those McKenzie truthers right here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the same thing as John Brown, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, it's the opposite because he
That's
thought John Brown was going to get cut.
We can have that discussion. Let's have a quick discussion because I
Yeah.
want to see the
It was
comments
one of the
on
wor-
YouTube.
it was one of the
Here we
worst
go.
takes of all
I want people
time.
to hear my reasoning here. You look around the league, besides Atlanta Falcons, no team has 2, I'm going to say Pro Bowl receivers, and I'll argue that. They have Calvin
Holy
Ridley
shit,
and
he
Julio
really
Jones.
thinks he's going to get cut again.
Listen, he's not getting cut this year. Next year, we have money issues with Milano.
No, we don't.
Just listen. Milano, Edmonds, potentially Josh Allen. I don't know who else is on this list right now, but Trey White. Trey White's got to sign. So if Gabe Davis is as good as advertised, and we think he
prefers
is,
Gabriel.
we think he is.
Yeah.
Beasley's the slot position. You're going to need a
You
guy
called
on the
him that
outside.
too, though.
Right now they're saying Davis. Sorry, I'm going to call him Gabe. Gabe is
Gabriel.
rivaling Diggs as the best receiver on the team right now, which
You're
is
gonna get a
great.
cease and desist.
Competition's a great thing. So have Brown there. He doesn't have to go anywhere. Gabe Davis can play the 4th receiver position right now. Next year, you have a little bit of money. Zach says John Brown doesn't get paid that much, which could be true.
It is.
But eventually, if he plays well, and he probably will with Diggs being there, he's going to want more money because it's what they want. It's what they deserve. You get Davis playing on the cheap. Jake's looking up his money right now. It's $12 million 3 years.
3 years, $27 million.
Okay.
$9 million a year.
Even more expensive than I thought.
I mean, $4 million.
You cut him to save some money. Zach says we don't have money issues. That's bullshit. Every team's going to have money issues because you're going to have to sign guys. You're going to have to make White the highest paid cornerback in the league. You're going to have to give Josh Allen a lot of money because you keep quarterbacks with a lot of money. Dak Prescott from Dallas is going to become the highest paid quarterback. He's going to, whether you think he is or not. He's going to become the highest paid quarterback in the league. Look at Mahomes' money. He's going to be getting more than that. Dak Prescott, and he doesn't deserve to be paid that, but quarterbacks get paid. Teams don't let quarterbacks go.
100%. I just don't understand why you need to get rid of your second best wide receiver.
Because you're going to run into money issues.
Then get rid of Cole
you can
Beasley.
free money with him.
He's
I like
a year
Cole
older.
Beasley there.
Yeah, but that's just a preference. It's not a talent thing. It's a preference thing.
Do you know enough about Gabe Davis that he's a slot receiver? He's an outside receiver.
He does play a slot.
Stevie Johnson played slot receiver.
What is that?
I don't know. It says negative $6 million for 2021.
Well, the salary cap's not set for 2021 yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't go off those numbers.
Screw you, Spot Track.
All I'm saying is, I hope Brown has a great year. I hope Davis has a great year. I hope we have 3 receivers at 1,000 yards. Not likely, but I hope we do. If it's a problem to have, it's a good problem to have because Davis can step in the starter position for cheaper money because you're going to have to sign those 4 guys that I mentioned, and Brown could be a salary cap cut. If Diggs is as good as he was in Minnesota,
If you're looking for a salary cap cut, Cole Beasley's the salary cap cut. He makes more.
I think
you need to figure out whether Davis is a slot receiver or an outside receiver. That's the debate.
That doesn't matter.
It does.
Because then Diggs can play the slot.
Okay, well, let's have that discussion then. Either way, I'm saying one of these receivers, you're not going to have 4 of these receivers.
You're talking about 4 wide receivers that are going to be good this year, when 2 years ago, we didn't even have a 2 receiver to rub against. Why are you getting all upset about cutting John Brown 2 years
I'm not
from
getting
now?
upset about it. It was a discussion we had.
That was a bad one. I said to stop talking about it.
If they're good, you need to free money up somewhere.
You don't
That's
need
the way
to
to
free
do it.
up
They
money
have
on the
every
offense.
single year.
Their offense has been subpar. You don't get rid of your good players on your bad offense.
Not true. If you're good, you keep your good players, and it costs a lot of money to do so.
Yeah, but their offense hasn't been good. So you don't get rid of your only good players on your bad offense.
Who knows if the offense is good this year? We haven't played it down. We haven't even seen it down. So who knows if the offense is good?
That's blasphemy, David. Don't talk
I'm
like
saying,
that.
Zach's talking like we're top 5 in the league right now.
No, I'm talking like we've been.
I'm talking
bottom
best.
20
I'm talking
the
best
last
case
3 years in
scenario.
offense.
Best case scenario. We have 4 outstanding receivers with Gabe and Cole Beasley being in that category, and then you have to make some tough decisions.
Then you cut Lee Smith, Trent Murphy, Pat DeMarco because you don't need those 3 guys.
I think those guys are cut this year.
That's right. There's $13 million.
I don't think DeMarco's going anywhere. He was a captain. You just don't get rid of those guys.
Hauschka was captain.
Fred Jackson.
Hauschka was captain. Okay, I'll give you that.
I don't know. I look at it this way. If we're competing for a championship, guys have to buy in. And Buffalo Bills have been great on having players take very friendly team deals. So I don't think it's out of the question
fair deal.
that John Brown is going to sign for less money if it means a potential championship for
He's
him
going to be
down
on
the
the
line.
tail end of his. He's going to be 32 next year, 31 next year going into the season. Cole Beasley's going to be 32 going into the next season.
Gabe?
I'm saying you're
Real?
going to cut
Guys are
one of
gonna
them.
take
I
pay
didn't mean to
cuts if they
say
come to
John
it.
Brown. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings with that. So it's going to have to be one of the guys. One of the guys is going to have to go.
So I think Gabriel...
If best case scenario, that's a very stacked receiving core. That's not going to that's not going to stay that way.
Also don't have to go. You can have 4 good wide receivers in the NFL.
It's not reality. That's your sitting in your bedroom playing Madden. That's not reality.
No, that is reality. How long did Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald be
So
good
in your world, in your fantasy island you live in right now, you have White, Allen, Edmonds, Milano all re-signed, and still with those receivers.
You don't have to
because you're
re-sign
getting rid of
Milano.
Murphy.
You don't have to re-sign Milano. You can just draft another linebacker.
You don't want Milano here?
You don't need him.
Well, that's a different discussion. I want Milano. I think right now I'd rather
Because you
have
can
Milano
just
than
draft
Edmonds.
another linebacker.
You sure can. Is that what you want to do? You want to just not keep getting? This is that's the.
Did you hear that?
That's the Bills of 10 years ago.
Nope.
You are a good team. You keep good players. That's the problem we had for years.
No,
There's no
you're
continuity.
playing favorites because you have Milano, you want to keep him. You don't think you can upgrade at the position. You can
I don't
upgrade
think
Milano.
it's necessary to upgrade. I think you can upgrade
Because
other positions.
You're talking about getting rid of a wide receiver.
Did you say that you'd rather keep Matt Milano than trade it?
Right now, I think Milano's a fantastic player.
Absolutely. And when he's 27 next year, you can just draft a younger version of him. That's how the NFL
I don't agree
works.
with that philosophy. Just keep getting rid of the young guys. I don't agree.
He's not a young guy. He's 27 by then. Let him go get his big contract.
He's hitting his prime at 27.
Sure. Then go get a guy that's about to hit his prime again.
The discussion right now is all I'm saying is open your eyes to the fact that if best case scenario we have 4 outstanding receivers, one of them is going to have to go.
That's not true though.
It is. Reality is it is. Because one of those extra guys is going to want to be paid.
What happens if we have 6
They're
good wide
already
receivers?
paid. 2 of them on their final big contract.
What's going on with Alvin Kamara in New Orleans right now?
He's on a rookie deal.
holding
He's
out.
outperformed, and now he needs to be paid.
He's holding out for more money. He's not on a rookie deal.
Yeah,
And you
yes,
can
he
look that
is.
up on your thing.
Yes, he is. He was drafted in 2017.
Well, good players want to be paid. And if Brown's as
Absolutely.
good as we hope he is, and I think he will be, because Diggs
He's
will take
already paid.
Diggs
Yeah.
will take some double
He's-
coverage.
Alvin Kamara's on a 4-year, $3.8 million deal.
Well, he deserves to be paid then.
He's on a rookie.
But John Brown, what?
He is on a rookie.
Yeah,
Alvin
but
Kamara.
John Brown's a $9 million guy. He's not getting that money somewhere else, anywhere else. Because he isn't proving it outside of the system right now. And then even then, you're talking about an offense that needs to get better. But a defense that can lose it for you.
We're living in a scenario where it is better.
We have too much money that's going to be locked in on the defense in your scenario and not enough talent on the offense in this scenario. You don't need to re-sign Milano if you're going to have a good offense. Because how good is the Chiefs offense that just won the Super Bowl?
What I hope right now for the Bills is that they win the division, they win a playoff game. Josh Allen is as good as we hope. We sign him to whatever money he wants. We have a left tackle in Dawkins right now. We have a young receiver in Diggs and hopefully Gabe Davis. We keep building up the offensive line, and that's how you build an offense. You don't do it by having 4 or 5 receivers.
Well, you need 6 on an offense.
In order to
You
do
won't
that,
want bad
in order
six.
to do this, you need Josh Allen's the only focus. You hope that him, Singletary, and Diggs can run this offense for years.
Diggs is almost, what is he, 27, Jake? Diggs is 27. In 2 years, he's going to be 30.
You need to get out of the 27. That's your peak thing. If you're good, you need to keep
26.
good players by signing them.
will be
You don't just
27
keep getting
at
rid
the
of
end
players. That's the
November.
Bills of 10 years ago.
Yeah, but you don't want to keep guys past the prime. You don't want to
You don't
invest
want to
these
just
guys.
keep them because they've been good in your system. The McDermott system has had good players through it. You need to sign Trey White. No one's disputing
no
that.
one's
You need
saying not to.
sign Tremaine Edmonds. You're probably going to have to sign Ed Oliver.
Keep going, baby. I'm saying sign
But
all
you're
those
not
guys.
signing Matt
I'm
Milano.
saying sign
And
all
then
those
cutting a
guys,
good
and you're
offensive
going to
player.
end up having money issues. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So don't sign Matt Milano when you can just draft another one. You already have John Brown. You know how hard it is to grow a linebacker compared to growing a wide
I'm agreeing
receiver?
with your logic. I'm saying it's not necessary to do that.
You're talking about this the Bills of old that gets a good player and then cuts a good player?
Correct.
That's a bad statement because you're trying to get rid of your best player on offense.
Bad
last
statement
year.
or not, that's a true statement.
John Brown was the best player on the Bills offense last year.
Yes.
Yes.
And you want to cut him 2 years later.
I said you're going to run into an issue if Gabe Davis is as good as you want, and I said that's a good problem to have. That's what I said.
There's plenty of mouths to feed.
You're not going.
He's probably not even
That's
going
what
to
I'm
get as many
saying. With
touches as he
your
needs.
reality world is we're going to keep 4 just amazing receivers if Gabe Davis is as good as we think. That's not true. We're not going
Since when
to.
did Cole Beasley get amazing? Like he's very average. Like last year,
I
he
think
was
Cole
average.
Beasley is very good.
That's just an opinion. The stats don't say he's very.
All
good.
of this is an opinion. That's what we're doing.
No,
We're giving our
statistically,
opinion.
He is not very good. He's average statistically.
I don't agree.
Statistically, he had a best year.
I think
of his
he's a
career
perfect
last
slot
year.
receiver.
He
I
had
think
67 receptions, 778 yards, with 6 touchdowns.
He's not a 1,000-yard receiver. I don't think he's ever had 1,000.
Because Josh Allen wasn't that good last year. He needs to get better. And
Never had
if
1,000.
he is, he will.
His best year was 833 yards in 2016. Not far off. Hit 5 touchdowns that year.
So the original question was surprise cuts. I don't think Brown's getting cut this year. So
So who's your surprise cut?
I
Don't say Mike Love. He's making this.
I don't think it's much of a surprise. I think Trent Murphy does make the team. I just don't. I think that's what you do with the defensive line. I think the surprise cut's not really much of a surprise. I think Lee Smith's gone.
Why would you say that to me?
I know
How
for whatever
dare
reason
you?
Jake has a
You
birthday
do
this
like
year.
Lee
You need to
Smith?
be respectful.
I have a birthday
I
every
think
year. You should
Tyler
always
Croft
be.
with a whole training camp under his belt. We
Yeah.
had high expectations from last
He's
year.
hurt. He's gonna get cut.
And Dawson Knox.
Someone stepped on his foot and got hurt.
yeah, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he broke
I just
his
don't.
foot.
I personally don't see a reason to have Knox. And sorry, Lee Smith and that fullback that everyone's talking about. Now he's a tight end.
Gilliam?
He transitioned to tight end position.
I don't think he makes it either.
I don't think he makes it either, but I think there's just a lot of questions there, and I don't think Lee Smith makes the cut.
I'm pretty sure Tyler Croft's and his roster spot's in jeopardy.
That's
Another foot injury.
pretty much all I want to talk about Lee Smith about.
I think Lee Smith sticks. I don't think Tyler Croft does. And I don't think that's a decision they wanted to make. I think it's a decision they have to make. Because I think Croft is hurt again. He's going to waste another month of your season again.
Dawson Knox has to have a really good year this year. That's
The whole
very
offense
important.
does. This has been a well below average offense since Tyrod was here.
Yeah, I mean, since Sammy Watkins, I mean, you haven't had even a household name wide receiver on the Buffalo Bills. I mean, John Brown's obviously starting to do that in the system.
Last year, probably, but I mean, still, Stephon Diggs is as big as it gets. The Bills are all in. This is their window. I know it's stupid because they haven't won a playoff game since before 1995.
Yeah.
Probably 1995. But I mean, come on. This is the window right now. They have a rookie deal quarterback. They have a stud offense. They have wide receivers galore. Apparently, they need to get this offense.
Hopefully,
they need to get this offense into the top 15. With that defense mixed in, you should be
It's
a
gotta happen.
top-tier
is
team.
the defense as good as last year?
If not better.
There's no hiccups. Yeah,
If not better.
I think they are struggling to find a third linebacker, but I don't think they've made that trade today in order to find him.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's had 3 tackles in his career.
That was a special teams move.
2
through and
years.
through. And to come back to your point of the 6 wide receivers, it's Diggs, it's John Brown, it's Beasley, it's Gabe Davis, it's Isaiah Hodgins, and then it's Andre Roberts.
I don't agree. I think Mckenzie takes the 5th spot.
No chance.
They didn't waste a draft pick on that guy. Did not keep him. And Diggs is just pull up how many carries Diggs has. He's a swing guy out in Minnesota all those years. Thanks for being the stat guy today, buddy.
I usually am, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, Diggs has plenty of carries throughout his career.
He has 29 rushes for 159 yards.
What's the average on that?
5.5 yards per attempt.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's no Terrell Owens in 2009, but it's pretty good. He's going to be your swing pass guy, your cut across guy. He's still got some speed in those bones, and Gabe Davis is fast as hell.
Yeah.
You can keep him coming across the formation and throw it out to him. I think this offense is going to be good. I think that it needs to be good. People are going to lose their jobs if it isn't good this year. The Bills are all in.
And they deserve to.
I think if you don't make the playoffs, if you don't win a playoff game, I think Josh Allen isn't the starter next year.
It's win a playoff game or shit's hitting the fan.
Absolutely.
What's the running back from Britain? What's his name?
Christian Wade?
Any word on him? Is he looking good?
He's
healthy. He
suited
came
up.
back, yeah.
But practice squad.
Yeah, he's a practice.
That's good enough for him.
He's held the ball like 3 times, and that was in the preseason. I saw a picture of him during training camp, and he was holding the ball like a rugby ball.
Still?
Yeah. I don't know why people are so infatuated.
I'll tell you what, though. He's making like $650,000 last year and this year. That's
People
good.
love internet sensations.
That's good coin, man.
That did bode well for Tyler Bass.
True. Although I miss
And
House
Nathan
Show.
Peterman and
Zay Jones.
Alex Tannery or Tanny. He was that trick shot quarterback that was picked up that one year.
Yeah. Why are we so infatuated with internet sensations?
Dude, it's Buffalo. They crave attention for some reason. Anyways, make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast.
Just
that's
leave your
about
comments
it.
about Zach and I's friendly argument.
Pretty hot in here. You guys are going to duke it out after this. No, actually, John Cena's waiting downstairs,
Yeah,
David.
don't worry, buddy. He's got balloons and a cake.
He's gonna-
You're right. It's Brock Lesnar. He took a free agency move today.
Look at his face
Wanna
just
talk about that
drop.
real quick or no?
No.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Brock Lesnar.
Left
Free
WWE.
You think he's going to AEW?
No.
Hell,
Me
you guys
neither.
I
talk.
think if anything,
I think he's going-
if anything, he's done. He's. Going
I
back
think
to
he's just
UFC.
waiting for COVID to break, and then they can have fans.
That's
in
when all of our
WWE again.
subscribers just linked off. They're done listening.
Zach got surround sound, though. That was pretty cool.
I did get surround sound because we can't go to NFL games. The Bills took all my money, and they were like, "Hey, if there is a possibility, we can go to games." And then they're like, "You know what? We're not going to go to games anymore." So
Yeah, I
was
can't
like,
wait for football. That's all I'm thinking about. Besides some other things, that's all I'm thinking about.
So I got surround sound in the
John Cena.
the man cave. So we are going to submerge ourselves into. I don't even know. Gus Johnson does college now. Who does NFL games?
Boogie.
Dan Fouts.
I don't think
Booger.
I watched a single game with you guys. last year.
Booger.
I know we really did good last year like that. They were 11-5, 10-6.
I got my routine. You guys got your routine.
All right.
Keep it up.
We'll see you in 3 days.
Have a
Take
good
care,
night.
guys.